Okay, so this is an impromptu. I wasn't necessarily planning on sharing this morning, but I thought this was really important. So there have been ups and downs in my life. My timeline has been very different from what you would call normal, as in I'm 43 years old, never married, no kids. I live in my brother's basement right now, by the way, which you can see. This is like my classroom spot. So that's where I do my classes online. But anyway, so I've had a lot of ups and downs as far as that goes. Just questioning, okay, God, like, why is my life different from everybody else's? Like, what am I doing wrong? Am I doing something wrong? And just really spending. Ben Stewart, if you guys have not heard of him, it's Stuart. He's a pastor of Passion in DC. I think he's still there. And he has a heart for singles. And then also, like, he'll, anyway, I'm going off on a tangent, but he does a sermon series, and he wrote a book. The book's entitled Single, Dating, Engaged, and Married. And I never got past the single part of his book because that was something that was near and dear to me, because I was single and I didn't understand why God had placed that desire to be married in my heart, but yet he kept saying no, or not right now. And it was confusing. And so, I had moments of frustration, but for the most part, I was seeking after God. I'm like, God, I trust you. Like, I trust your timing. I trust what's going on. I know you have an amazing plan for my life that's going to help me glorify you and just, love on you and share about you. And so I knew that, and I just had to exercise that faith. So this book, Ben, just is so good about reminding you that, hey, your season of singleness is precious. Like, you have so much time that you can go do things. You can minister to people. You can spend time, like me as a teacher, spend time with these kids or these volleyball girls that you're not going to be able to do if you're married, or the family and all that kind of stuff. And so I really wanted to be intentional about using that time wisely, and learning things about myself, about relationships. I'd hear a sermon that was like kind of geared toward marriage, and I'd be like, really, do I have to listen to this? But then I would calm down and be like, hey, there's something I can learn here, which I can see now, like how amazing it was, and just the cool things I learned, and just me learning how to let God satisfy me, so that I'm not looking for a person to fill that, so that I can be more a complement. I'm not looking for Jerry Maguire, you complete me, but I'm looking, I want to be with someone who is a good complement, where we can both be whole, but yet, be together and be that amazing match, or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, all that to say, I spent a lot of time seeking the Lord, and just crying to him and finding joy in the things of God, and just enjoying my life. Even as a single person, doing things by myself, doing things with friends, with my family, whatever. So then you fast forward a little bit, and you meet someone that you're like, what? Like, this is, nothing's perfect, but man, you start to see, like, God, I can see how your ways are higher than my ways, and how your timing is so perfect, and how everything that I went through up to this point is so worth it. Like, I would not trade any one of those days, because all of that got me to where I am today, which is like super excited, super happy, super just grateful, for this amazing person that God has let me meet, and just the excitement of the future and all that kind of stuff, which is so great. But what I was really being intentional about this morning in particular is continuing my connection with God, and not letting this new season of my life, which is wonderful and God ordained and blessed and all that kind of stuff, I don't want that to take away from my time with God, and remembering that God is the satisfier of my soul, and he is the one that I go to first, who has brought me all these blessings, who deserves the honor and the praise and the glory, and who's the one who's going to be with me every second of every day when I'm going through struggles, or when I need help with everything and all that kind of stuff. So I guess the gist of it, or the heart of it, is that just to remember that as God starts to answer our prayers and bring us those blessings that we've been waiting for so long, to not forsake, that spending time with God and remembering that He is that first love and He needs to be that number one. And then that will help all the other priorities stay in place. Because I know that I definitely would be tempted to do that. There's an old song we'd sang. My heart is prone to wander. Lord, I feel it, prone to leave the one I love. And so I just want to, just an encouragement that whatever it is, as God starts to bring about those blessings, remembering to keep Him first, seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness. And then all these other things will be added. And just keeping that priority correct. And that way it just kind of helps filter things and helps keep things moving as smooth as possible. So that is just kind of something that I've been learning and going through that I think most everybody can relate to a little bit of some of that. So I hope y'all are encouraged today. Just keeping priorities in the correct line. Ask God if you're not sure what that is, because He will definitely show you. So you all have an amazing day, and that's it for now.